And today we got a great show. We got some great people that's coming up today. We got Rakaya Anthony, who's one of the stylists at Relaxation Guru Bar. We also have Mr. Propane. Propane's gonna come out here and entertain you. This rapper is he's fire. That's why I call him Propane, because he lights a fire. And you're gonna enjoy it. But in the meantime, I definitely want to introduce somebody who we did not introduce the last time. We told you she was a host, but Miss Delia Wallace. We want to get some more into you. The people want to know, who is Delia Wallace?
Well, my name is Delia, as she said. I am a makeup artist, a graduate of North Carolina Central University. So I'm a proud Eagle. And I'm also a part-time host as well.
And she just happened to be my daughter.
Yes.
See how cute she is. She gets from her mama. But yes, so definitely we want to talk about, oh my God, we got so much stuff going on in TV land. And so we wanted to touch on some of these. We could not pass any of these up. And so we was listening to, Delia, you had me listening to segment from, what's the guy named Marcus?
Yeah, so the Shade Room posted a video. There's a guy on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. His name is Marcus. He dates Brooke Valentine on the show, and he made a statement basically saying that a real man doesn't want a woman who's independent, and basically saying how a strong man doesn't want a woman who's fully independent, and if a woman thinks she's fully independent, then she needs to just be by herself, because men were put on this earth to provide and protect women. So if you feel like you got it all, then you don't need a man. Is pretty much what he said. In so many words.
Which that is so funny to me, you know, being an independent woman. I have two daughters, and I've taught both of them to be very independent. There's nothing wrong with women wanting to get out here, get their education, work hard, and build up and have their own. And you can still have that man with you who wants to work with you by your side, and you guys build up together, and you guys be that power couple. Look at Barack and Michelle Obama. I mean, I think in our 20th century that we're in, that is the most powerful couple that is out there to show us how a loving couple can get together. Both of them are powerful and be able to support one another and raise gorgeous children. They have two gorgeous daughters as well. So for him to make such a ignorant statement of that, I just think it's ridiculous and crazy. Yeah. I think when a man doesn't want a woman to be independent, he really wants her to be needy on him.
Yeah.
And I've never been that type of woman. And I will never teach or raise my daughters to be so. I want them to be independent. I want them to be out here working hard, and I want them to be educated, and I want them to always be able to create and have their own.
To me, that when he made that statement, that sounds like a man who's insecure, in my opinion, because to me, it sounds like you want a woman who has to depend on you to stroke your ego. And I feel like you said, you can be an independent woman and still need a man for other things. You don't have to need a man financially. You can need a man for, to comfort you, or to, maybe depend on them for other things. Like, it's not always financial. So for him to say that, I'm just like, okay, that's ridiculous. I don't understand that.
So. But we're going to leave Mr. Marcus alone and let him have his ignorance all to himself. But this is a gentleman who I know no longer is going to live his best life, and that is Mr. Kareem Hunt. Mr. Kareem Hunt plays for the Chiefs in the NFL, and his craziness, he is fighting some young lady in a hotel. When it's played all over the news, and when I saw it, I thought it was so crazy because I was like, okay, the way the story went, this young lady was not his girlfriend. It wasn't even anybody he was dating. He actually wanted her to get with his friend, and when she would not get with his friend, as the story is being told, he decides he wants to fight her. And then after he fights the lady in the hotel, pushes her and knocks her down, and then he goes and he kicks her. And I'm just like, I don't understand, I have 3 brothers, and my mommy taught all of, her sons, you don't put your hand on no woman, period. I don't care what she says, what she do, you walk away. So, why would you ruin your whole entire career on, fighting a woman, and she's not even your woman?
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. But he's not the first, I guess, celebrity that's been caught on tape, like, I guess, beating up a woman or hitting a woman. It's been a lot of rappers lately that's been caught on tape abusing their girlfriends or whatever the case is. I just feel like it's not worth it. It's not worth your career to be, I guess, ignorant and senseless at a time like that. Like, I just feel like whatever happens, you have to be the big person. You got to be smarter and walk away. That's just how I look at it, because it's very hard to come back from stuff like that. I feel like Chris Brown, he was able to bounce back, but people still talk about it. There's still a lot of people that don't support Chris Brown to this day because of the situation years ago that happened with Rihanna. So I don't know. I think a lot of these guys just got to be smarter about their decisions.
Yes, and one of the things he minded up saying was, she made a racial slur towards him. Words do not hurt. I mean, physically hurt you. So even if she did, he still has to remember he is a man, a big man who plays football, so he's much bigger and stronger than her. And then there were other people trying to stop it. And
you're a celebrity too.
And you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
And so with that,
you're in a public eye. Yeah.
So I guess he won't be living his best life anymore.
Yeah.
And so
hopefully it's a lesson learned for other people as well within the industry to not be putting their hands on women.
And so you got anything?
I mean, on that topic, that was pretty much it. Just be wiser about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess transitioning, since we're talking about sports, Dwight Howard, I guess what was the story? I didn't see like a video or anything. I just saw the topic. But was he caught with a woman or?
No, he was caught with a transgender woman, and
on like tape.
No. What happened was the transgender woman that he was supposed to have dated or have sex with, or however the transgender person is coming out and now exposing him, was saying how they had gotten together. They were, I guess, dealing with one another, and he felt like, or I don't know how he wants to address himself, she felt like they were supposed to be exclusive, and went to a party and found Dwight with other transgender people at a party and felt like he cheated on him or her or however. Don't beat me up, don't email me on this. I don't know how he's addressing himself, but he was upset and he decided to oust Dwight Howard and tell everybody that he was messing with him, which was a transgender man.
Yeah, I don't know. With that whole situation, the way I look at it, I mean, as far as the whole like him messing with a transgender, I don't care. Dwight Howard, you do what you want to do, but I don't like the fact that because I've seen this a lot with the transgender community, and I'm not saying everybody, but there have been instances where a lot of these transgender women, they want to be accepted as just women. Like some of them don't even want to be, don't even want you to say transgender. They just want to be accepted as a woman. But when something doesn't work out with them and their partner or whatever the case is, then it's like they want to I guess, kind of like shame them and oust them for being with the transgender, which is contradictory to what everything that you're fighting for. If you want to be known as a woman, then you want to be known as a woman, but don't now want to retaliate and say, oh, they're with a transgender, because that's almost saying like, oh, really, he's with a man, you know? So it's not right and it's not fair to that other person, and it kind of makes people revert back to, okay, well, what do you want to be known as? You know, what exactly, what should we respect you in that manner? So I think a lot of transgender people have to be mindful of things like that and understand that, you know, is the way you want to be respected, you have to respect other people as well. Because maybe he didn't want to come out, but now it's out there. So I don't know. How do you feel about that situation?
Yeah, I just, Dwight, how do you?
Pretty much.
So we're going to segue that, but that's a great segue into our last topic. And our last topic is to the real side chicks of Charlotte. Since we are in Charlotte, we want to give you a shout out because we heard when your YouTube page, your YouTube show dropped. It aired last week. We heard that you all got, 1 million views? So, you know, stop ousting those men. And we would love to get you on our show. So please come check us out.
Yeah. We love the interview, guys. The show was interesting. I watched. Did you watch it?
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I heard about it, and I am going to get sit down and watch it.
I will say though, I think the production of the show is well, like the way they kind of made it like an actual show. Like they show you like, oh, what's coming up next, and then like in between, I guess, breaks, like quote unquote like commercial breaks, they play like a snippet of, I'm assuming, local artists, their music. So I think the production is really good, and for entertainment purposes, I mean, I can see the show kind of going far. I can see other cities probably picking it up, and maybe, you know, it'll end up being picked up by a major network. Because I think that was the original plan. It was supposed to be picked up by a major network, and then something happened, so then they had to put it on YouTube. But I mean, entertainment purposes.
And I'm glad it's in Charlotte, and the people in Charlotte is actually supporting it.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about that later. Charlotte, support all your local artists, support all your local businesses.
Yep.
Definitely support your local shows like BS Talks and everything. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We got our first guest that we definitely want to bring on. She is a stylist right here at Relaxations Grooming Bar, right here in Charlotte. You all got to definitely support this sister. She is bad at what she do. She comes with a lot of knowledge and education on here. And one of her mottos is, which I love, one of her mottos is, I want to make your hair happy. And so, because I'm all about smiling and we are living our best life, we want to give it up to Miss Rakaya Anthony. Come on here, Miss Rakaya Anthony. So, Miss Rakaya, hey lady. Hi there. I love it. Look, what I love about this lady so much, I thought I smiled all the time. And when I met Rakaya, I was like, dang, you smile more than me.
That's a good thing.
And it is. It's a really good thing. And that's what I just loved about her. So when we decided to do this segment, Living Your Best Life, I was like, you know what? The best person that I knew to put on this show was Miss Anthony. Tell us about yourself, Miss Anthony.
Well, my name is Rakaya Anthony, and I am the founder of Styles by Kaya. I currently work at Relaxations Grooming Bar uptown, so come and see me. And I specialize in everything, so I don't have one specific area. And I'll be teaching an eyelash extension class real soon. So, yeah.
So in order for you to teach an eyelash extension class, how would you be able to do that? Do you have your instructor license?
Yes, I actually am an instructor in South Carolina, though.
Okay.
I'm working on transitioning that for North Carolina,
Okay.
but I currently have dual cosmetology license for
Uh-huh.
North and South Carolina.
Okay.
Nice.
So, how long have you been in the business?
Collectively, about 20 years. I originally started right out of high school, and then I decided that I didn't want to do this because it wasn't steady income. And so I decided to go into the banking field. I did that for about 12 years. And then I decided I wanted to come back to hair because it was my first love. So when I decided to come back, my license had expired, so I had to go back to school completely, which was a good experience. At first I was kind of upset, but the industry transitioned a lot from 20 years ago. So some new techniques came out, some things that I didn't learn before. Because I had gone to a predominantly black school first. And my second time around, it was a mixed school. And now, when people are making products, they're more for every texture of hair. So I learned a lot going back through school. So that's been about 3 years now that I've been out for my second time around.
Right. Now, with you have being a hairstylist for as long as you have, trends are constantly changing. So how important is it to you to keep up with the trends?
Very important. I think no matter how long you've been in the business, you should still continue to learn. Even if you don't do the trends, you still should know about them. You should have a team. You should always build a team of people that are able to do the things that you're not able to do. So, but yeah, you should continue to learn no matter how long you've been in the business.
I agree. I definitely agree.
And so, one of the things that I love to talk about is, for me, and I'll tell you my definition, the topic, living your best life. What do you feel living your best life means to you?
For me personally, living my best life would have been me quitting corporate America and doing what I love doing. For someone else, it might just be able for them to retire and do garden work. I think it depends on the individual and what they want to do and what they want to achieve. So if you're unhappy where you are in life, then you need to figure out what it is that you want to do and what you enjoy doing, and just do it and don't be afraid.
And I'm glad you said that, because that's one of my things for, when I talk to people and people say, well, eventually when you retire, what do you want to do? And I tell people all the time, I said, for me, I don't see myself ever retiring. I said, because I feel like people retire from jobs so they can do what they want to do. I said, for me, for the past 20 years, ever since I became a barber, I have always done what I wanted to do. I was always able to be a part of my children's with schooling, anything they needed to do, any projects or whatever, even being a teacher's assistant, just to make sure that I was always in their life, field trips or whatever. And then once they finished, I was able to, I wound up actually becoming a comedian and stuff. I do comedy, and then, I also became an inventor. So I've always been able to do what I wanted to do. So therefore, I can't see myself retiring, because even still now, I still do I started the talk show, and then, I want to write a book, and I got so much more that I want to do. So I feel like, for me, living your best life is what I'm doing. I do exactly what I want to do and stuff. And, you just always have to have a good plan. And it sounds like, you've put together a really good plan for yourself with things that you want to do. I love the fact that, you kept going back to school and you have your instructor license and stuff, because now you can do offer all kind of different classes
Yeah.
and everything. Because girl, I'm waiting for your shear class, because I need that shear scissor work class going on.
I got you.
So, Rakaya, how do you feel about, do you feel like you have to necessarily be wealthy in order to be happy? Some people say, I guess, the more you have, the less problems you have. But how do you feel about that?
I would say that it depends.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of friends that are millionaires,
Mm-hmm.
and they have different problems than what the average, and I'll put myself in that category right now.
Mm-hmm.
I plan on getting to millionaire status too. I can teach you how to get there. But I think that you have to be happy first.
Right.
So if you're not happy and you have $5 or $1 million, it's not gonna make a difference.
Right.
So the money doesn't make you happy. You have to figure out why you're unhappy and what you need to do to change your life so you can be happy. And that's if you're, for females, a lot of females feel lonely, maybe because you're not married at a certain age, you don't have kids at a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
But who determines that shows happiness?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 44. I don't have any kids. Now, I did raise one of my nieces, but I've never been married. I have been engaged. But that doesn't mean that I'm not happy. When I did that, I had to start all over with the hair business.
Right.
So I just say you have to be happy first, and then the money will come.
Yes, I definitely agree.
And I was gonna say with Delia, I remember when she graduated from school, she wound up getting this really, really good job, and they were paying her all this money.
I was miserable.
And she was miserable. And I was like, Delia, look at you. You just came out of school and you getting all this money. And she was like, she kept saying, I don't like it. I want to quit. Da, 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 da. And I was trying to tell her, coming out of school, most students just don't make this type of money. And she was so miserable. Before I knew, she was just like, I'm quitting. And she quit.
Yeah. And it's kind of
and everybody was mad at you, right?
People thought I was crazy, but I'm like, I'm not happy mentally, so I don't care about the amount of money I'm making. I'm not happy. I'm miserable. I'm making money, but I'm sad to go to work every day.
Yeah, and you don't want to wake up and hate getting up like, oh, damn it, I have to go to this job. Damn it, these people are going to cuss me out. As soon as I get in the door and answer this phone, like, you don't want to feel like that. So, I wake up every morning, I thank God, and I'm happy to get up.
Yeah.
So.
And that's why Duval's and Snoop Dogg's song, I really like that song, because I love the fact when Snoop Dogg says, what he says, oh God, when he makes the statement, now I gotta play it in my head.
Like, I can't help you, I don't know the words.
Oh God, what is that part when he says,
if you breathe, you're achieving.
yeah, he says, if you're breathing, you're achieving. And that, I love that part, because a lot of people, you have people who are handicapped every single day, and they have far less. They might not have limbs that they can use, but they've learned to use, other things. They might not have, they may have been a bad car accident, they can't walk or run, or, some people may have been, mentally challenged, or, just have different physical problems. And they get out here, they smile every day. They get out here, they laugh, and, they're happy to just be alive.
Yeah.
And you got people that's out here every single day they got 2 arms, 2 legs, walk, breathing, this, that, and they got all kind of excuses and issues for why they're miserable, they're not happy, they're trying to make everybody else miserable and stuff. And it's stuff like that I just like, I just love that song, because when they keep saying smile, when Duval goes through, you just made a killing off fraud last year. He was like, if you know you're not going to work tomorrow, and then he starts laughing, ha ha, and he said, smile. And I love it. It's like, smile. Why you mad? It's like you mad for no reason and stuff. And, I tell people all the time, people are like, oh, how you feeling today? I said, open my eyes. I said, and as long as I can open my eyes and then I start breathing, I can move, and I'm happy. I mean, there's no reason to just constantly be mad every single day. We all have bad days, and but to just stay mad and just you want to fuss and argue, for one thing, it's too much stress. All that, I used to fuss and argue. I used to fuss and argue all the time. I'm not perfect, but
no one is.
But it started taking a toll on me, and literally my stomach used to hurt all the time. So I had to chill all the way down because I was
stress can really mess with your health.
It really can.
Other things.
And so I think as a barber, and like you said, as a stylist, it's a freedom that that some people don't understand and everything. Some people like to even try to joke like we got some kind of play job and everything, and we don't. We out here, we working hard. And we get out here independent, working for yourself.
Yeah, and it's a hustle. Like, you have to work hard at getting customers to come in and trust you to provide them a service.
Right. Yep,
and
absolutely.
And I enjoy talking to people. So I like meeting new customers. I like talking to people. I like the educational part of telling them about their hair and stuff. And so I just how do you feel like telling people about their hair, and when you hear, especially when somebody done got a bad color or somebody done over processed their hair, and you hear all this stuff and you're like, that's not what should have been done.
Well, first, it depends on the person, because everyone can't take positive criticism, or sometimes people say that I'm kind of harsh because I give it to you directly.
Ooh, I get that all the time.
So depending on the person, like by the time they've sat in the chair, we've had a consultation, so I kind of know like where they are, if they're like fragile or sensitive. And if they are, then I approach it differently. If the person is not very sensitive and they already know that they got a bum job, then I can be more direct with them. So we go over what happened, how we can transition from where they are now, and what steps they need to take to get back to having healthy hair.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so when you went to when you decided to go to school to become an instructor, how did you find that? Did you find that easy, or did you just, what
was your experience like?
Yeah.
So, this was actually my second time approaching the education part for the teachers, cosmetology instructor license. So, I didn't finish the first time that I started out, and that was like maybe 15 years ago or 20 years ago, something like that. So this class was actually accelerated learning, but I didn't realize how accelerated it was. So, and I was also working in corporate America and still taking this class. So it was a little stressful, but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it all the way. So I gave it 110%. So while working, but you just have to be dedicated. So like, no matter what you want to do, no matter what your situation is or your circumstances, if you have money, don't have money. I mean, if you do have money or don't have money, it doesn't matter. You just have to work hard to achieve your goal by any means necessary.
So, and I was getting ready to say, what is your ultimate goal? What do you want to eventually see yourself doing?
I see myself becoming an educator internationally. I'll be traveling and teaching classes, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Nice.
So, do you think you ever want to own like your own school or anything?
hadn't thought really about owning a school, but that could be in the works maybe. I'm not really sure about that, but I do know that I want to travel and educate people.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, I wish you all the best with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, again, this is BS Talks, and we are here with Ms. Rakaya, and of course Delia, myself, Aisha, and we will be right back.
Hi everyone, I'm Rakaya Anthony, and I would just like to invite you to come to Relaxation's Grooming Bar. We are currently hiring for barbers, hairstylists, natural stylists, massage therapists, nail techs, and estheticians. Come on down. If you would like to fill out an application or send your resume over, please go to relaxationsgroomingbar.com, or you can call us at 704-412-9566.
And we are back. We got our guest rapper coming on.
And we definitely want to welcome Propane. So, Mr. Propane, I'm loving that song.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow, that's nice. So, Propane, how come I've never heard of you before?
Man, I've been out here doing a lot of music a long time, but you know, I'm in Charlotte, so it's kind of hard for us to get on as artists. You know, it's kind of like Charlotte's not supporting Charlotte yet, but other cities they support. So you know, I'm working my craft, man, doing what God got me doing. So we lit.
You got like 3 albums that's already out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My first album, Kush Pack Shawty, I just re-released it on all social media websites. You can get it at King Propane 23, Kush Pack Shawty with 2 Ks, P-A-K-K. My second album, Pay to Play, and my third album, which I just completed, Propane's World, is on the way. You feel me? So I just really just been working with my own hands and staying focused, grinding. So, you know, y'all gonna hear about me real soon because we going up. A lot of flames.
Hello. And one thing that I try to do here on BS Talks, even though it's for barbers and stylists, I always get stylists. I'm waiting on you barbers to come on through besides just me. But one thing I definitely love doing is supporting local artists, because you have a lot of artists who sing, who rap, who comedians, who tell jokes and stuff. And the only thing is, a lot of people in Charlotte don't really support them like that. So my goal here is to have a platform for everyone. You know, here again, when I decided to do the show, I felt like you had a lot of people out here doing shows in barber shops, but they didn't have any barbers or stylists on deck. So that was my goal for having this platform. So we always have a lot to say in the shop. So now you got a platform, sit in front of the camera and vent and say the things that you want to say, or just speak on some of the topics that you want to talk about. And with you being a local artist, you know, my thing is, we got to support you. Your music sounds great. When I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, it sounds good.
Thank you.
So, you know, tell us, you know, how you got started.
Well, I really just got started on just like childhood, you know what I'm saying, childhood memories. When I was probably about 8 or 9, I used to get into little arguments, you know, with the other kids in school. You know, you be at the bus stop, you know, arguing with the kids or whatever, before the bus comes. So, one of my childhood friends, they dad had a studio actually. And one day we got into a big argument. He was like, man, y'all need to come in the studio and make a song about being best friends. So I was like 8, 9, you know, I ain't really know too much. I wrote my first little rap, you know what I'm saying, talking about BMX bikes, going to the mall, chilling, having a good time with the girls and stuff. So it just really transitioned from there. And like throughout my whole life, like God's been preparing me to be the artist that I'm becoming today.
Okay.
So who were some of your inspirations that led you to rap?
Tupac, of course, you know, great Tupac. Pimp C, RP him, you know, Project Pat, you know, Lil Bootsy. A lot of Charlotte people grew up on Lil Bootsy, you know what I'm saying? Because we relate to the struggle. A lot of people coming up in the struggle, so, you know, I don't just do struggle music. I'm a universal artist, so I can do everything. Country music, rap music, jazz music, whatever you need.
Oh, wow.
So, I let your boy. And I also own my own record label, Getting Free Money Empire, so, if y'all artists looking for somebody to come up with, ladies, artists, singers,
Damn.
holler at me.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Big facts.
And so my thing is that's what I'm really getting into, really more and more pushing and telling, people, we really got to get behind and support our local artists. It's no reason why this man should have to go to Atlanta to get all that love. And then it's like, Charlotte want to wait until he catch fire.
Right.
And wait until he's super hot. And then everybody want to jump behind him. Let's get behind and jump behind this man right now and push his music and make him, be out there. Charlotte again has a lot of great artists here, a lot of great comedians. You all really got to get out there and support them. So, tell us, your sound. Who produced you and stuff?
I stay with like 4 different producers. Shout out to Doe School. Shout out to D on the track. Shout out to Dilly Beats. My song Propane Swirl was actually produced by 2 producers. So they co-produced. The main foundation was made by Dillion, Dilly Beats. Y'all can find him everywhere on Instagram at Dilly Beats, or you can find Doe School. He did the second production, which is the bass line and the claps. Y'all can find him on Instagram as well as at Doe School.
Okay.
Big facts.
All right. And outside of rapping, what else do you like to do or do you enjoy doing?
Taking care of my kids. You feel me? I came straight from the crib with the kids. Straight here. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm a father. You feel me? So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? My kids are a reason why I'm doing it. You feel me? So it's like,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to leave a legacy for them and be something that they can actually look up to as a positive role model. You feel me? I'm just happy that God brought me out of situations that I once was in, so I could be able to be a better tool for them and tool for him as well.
Now, do you have any daughters?
Yes, one. I have a 10-year-old. Her name is Azaria. They call her Baby Propane.
Okay.
Yeah, she lives in Buffalo, New York with her mother, but she's down every summer, every break, every chance she gets. So.
Okay, because at the very beginning of our show, I had a chance to see some of your facial expressions when we were talking about the dude from Love and Hip Hop, Marcus, and that foolery that he was talking about. And so I want you to elaborate on that. How you feel about that?
About his comments about a real man doesn't want an independent woman.
Oh yeah, bro was tripping. Any female I want a female who can sustain for herself, man. Because like, yeah, I could do it. Like, it's bad if men be like, oh, I do it by myself, but everybody can do it by themselves. But we know that it takes a team to win. You feel me? So if I want to win, and I know my lady, even if I can help her out, you know what I'm saying, I still want her to be able to sustain and know something for herself, to where she's not like you leading the cattle, but y'all walking together.
Right.
You know what I mean? So some people like that, so they like you could say they could control the situation. I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? I like women who are powerful queens. You feel me? Can I get a queen? To match a king. You feel me?
Yeah,
so
you want somebody to bring something to the table as well.
Back so we can run this empire. You feel me? So that's how
Absolutely.
So there you go. And that's how you raising your baby.
Yes, ma'am.
To be independent.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in a couple of years, where you see yourself at?
I see myself helping a lot of people. You feel me? Like I understand where a lot of our people come from. You know, I can speak in a certain type of way, but if you understand, you understand. You know, we all struggling. You feel me? To try to make it, you know, it's really like trying to buy your freedom. You know what I'm saying? Because if you in like what they say a corporate job, you in a slave house. There's no way to see around it. So I think reason why, like, to elaborate on what y'all was talking about earlier, the reason why people look at us crazy when we take our own walks, because they're scared. You know, like, sort of like, you remember when Harriet Tubman was leading the slaves off the plantation, some of them didn't want to go because they were scared. You feel me? So they was a hindrance. You feel me? So it's like, sometimes you just got to step out on faith and do what God put you here to do, and it's gonna manifest in itself.
And so, I know you're going to do a performance for us, but one of your songs that I was just listening to, that I was just loving, it goes right into what we're saying with living your best life.
That's a fact.
And I just love it when I see young people getting out there doing their own thing and everything, and realizing, we can do it.
Yes.
It's within us, and we can get out here and we can create and do our own thing. And so, tell us about, some of your songs and, how you came up with, your music is positive.
Yes.
I really like it. It's positive and it's respectful to women.
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't have all of that cursing and stuff in your music. And that's what I really was, it just drew me to when I was listening to it. It's really, you got feel good music.
Yes, ma'am.
And everything.
Well, with me being a CEO and an artist, I have to actually watch my content. You feel me? So it's like if I'm looking to get on the radio, I can't even make a F-bomb song or, you know what I'm saying, a be this, a be that. I gotta come correct. And it's like, you can go back and be like, bro, just edit that out, take that content, you know what I'm saying? But if you do it the first time, it's less work for later. You know what I'm saying? So now I just try to, not all songs, but most songs I just write it with no cussing at all. No curse words and more positive music, because our realm has started to where we got a lot of people just it's downhill. You know what I mean? We need that up a bit. You feel me? So we can be up and feel good about being up. You know what I mean? So we on the rise right now. Whole lot of flames, whole lot of propane.
There you go. Well, propane. I am excited. I am so glad you came, to perform for us. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to let you take over the stage.
We're going to let you do your thing.
And do your thing.
Welcome to Propane's World, King Propane 23, man. Follow me other world, man. I'm about to do my tracks, Propane's World and Better Days. Welcome to Propane's World. Oh, yeah. Welcome to Propane's World. Won't you come be my girl? Welcome to Propane's World. Welcome to Propane's World. Won't you come be my girl? We can travel the world, expose the diamonds and pearls, take you to places unseen, the dark in the Caribbean. I ain't about stressing your girl, I'm about fulfilling your dreams. Welcome to Propane's World. Won't you come be my girl? We can travel the world, expose the diamonds and pearls, take you to places unseen, the dark in the Caribbean. I ain't about stressing your girl, I'm about fulfilling your dreams. Tell me, little baby, how you love that old pain, show you what it's done at. Say you wanna smoke and chill, well let's be real, I'm trying to see where your heart's at. Say you got big dreams, let's grab that. Say you blow cocaine, let's match that. If you really recognize realistic, got rap. Little shorty, I'ma grab that. Cocaine, keep it real from the start. Real shit, I'm speaking from the heart. Don't worry about hate, the friends don't wanna see us together, they wanna see us apart. I come from a place where they don't play safe. Morons and sharks, so we get us apart. I come from a place where it ain't safe, but make sure you make it home before dark. Deep strong, long strong, how you like it? I like the way you bout your lip when you excited. Come visit Propane's World, I'm digging your girl, and you been personally invited. Deep strong, long strong, how you like it? I love the way you bout your lip when you excited. Come visit Propane's World, I'm digging your girl, and you been personally invited. Welcome to Propane's World, won't you come be my girl? We can travel the world, let's go to the diamonds and pearls, take you to places unseen, the dark in the Caribbean. I ain't about stressing your girl, I'm about fulfilling your dreams. Welcome to Propane's World, won't you come be my girl? We can travel the world, let's go to the diamonds and pearls, take you to places unseen, the dark in the Caribbean. I ain't about stressing your girl, I'm about fulfilling your dreams. That's my pretty chick, she always on her. Hair and nails done with the matching outfit. Did I forget the mental? Lil' mama pretty bitch, the way she walk like a stallion in them pretty heels. Come visit a nigga, take a trip to the hills. Girl, stop playing when you know that I'm for real. I treat her like a princess and I spoil you, that's for real. But I ain't got to her cause she pay her own bill. Welcome to Propane's world. Won't you come be my girl? We can travel the world. Let's go to the diamonds and pearls. Take you to places unseen. Left off in the Caribbean. I ain't about stressing your girl. I'm about fulfilling your dreams. Welcome to Propane's world. Won't you come be my girl? We can travel the world. Let's go to the diamonds and pearls. Take you to places unseen. Left off in the Caribbean. I ain't about stressing your girl. I'm about fulfilling your dreams. Propane's world. Come be my girl. Travel the world. Let's go to the diamonds and pearls. Take you to places unseen. Left off in the Caribbean. I'm stressing your girl. I'm about fulfilling your dreams. King Propane, man, follow me here, bro. Yeah. Up now, okay. How many of y'all happy y'all made it out the maze, man? I was stuck in that maze at one point in time, but I made it out. Yeah, believe me, I'm talking about better days, better ways, better plays. Only positive vibes needed around my way. And I'm so glad to say I finally made a way. What about that, man? Better days, better plays, better plays. Only positive vibes needed around my way. And I'm so glad to say I finally made a way. What about that? You can call me here, tell me how I'm saving you here. Brainwashed by Uncle Sam, he be slaving you here. Call me a vampire, I'm just slaying these hills. No, I ain't trying to preach, I'm just saying I'm out here. Let the times come to wait, but you playing I'm out here. I hope somebody out there feel what I'm saying I'm out here. Cause I come from a place by this land, I'm here. The babies decaying, I'm here. I'm trying to paint the picture of what it's like when you just trying to survive. Forced to do whatever it takes when you ain't giving no jobs. Most of us up in jail cause we choose to rob. The other half in the bed, can you hear the cries? Tell me how would you feel if you was left all alone? Instead of giving out cause you was giving stones. Maybe that be the reason I be gone in my zone. Not answering nobody calls, so just leave me alone. I'm talking better days, better ways, better plays. Only positive vibes needed around my way. And I'm so glad to say I finally made a way. What about that maze? Better days, better ways, better plays. Only positive vibes needed around my way. And I'm so glad to say I finally made a way. Tell me how would you feel if your best friend got killed? Now you left all alone wishing that they was here. Even though they dead and gone, you still feel them here. So you talk to their spirit as if they were still here. Feeling like no one relates and that's for real. Just a young black king trying to stack some meals. Real G's on the grind, feel exactly how I feel. Real G's respect my rhymes, Propane gon' keep it real. I do this for the ones who be feeling like me. I do this for the ones who ain't making the city. Rest in peace to Richard Gordon, rest in peace to Robert Lee. And till the day I leave, your name's looking through me. So thankful to the day my eyes open, I can see. Gotta say that they're dream and you best believe. I was always taught to give more to receive. So every chance I get, I'll make sure I get back to the community. Better days, better ways, better plays. Only positive vibes needed around my way. And I'm so glad to say I finally made a way. What about that? Made better days, better ways, better plays. Only positive vibes needed around my way. And I'm so glad to say I finally made a way. About that, man. About that. You understand where they at? Hey, shout out to BS Talks, man. Whole lot of flame, man. Whole lot of propane. You know we going up. All the way was King Propane 23. You already know how we coming. Whole lot of shorties, whole lot of F&B, whole lot of flame, just propane. Better days, better ways, better plays. Only positive vibes needed around my way. And I'm so glad to say I finally made a way. What about that maze? Better days, better ways, better plays. Only positive vibes needed around my way. And I'm so glad to say I finally made a way. What about that maze? Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Whole lot of support, man. Follow me here. Well, King Propane 23. It's King Propane. You know.
Oh man, that was fire. I love it. I love it. All right, again, you gave everybody, tell them where they can find you at again.
Yo, follow me everywhere, all social media, King Propane 23, man. Hottest artist coming up, man. Whole lot of flames, God first.
Yes. And we love it.
Yes.
I definitely want to tell everybody, please check out Vibrations Nightclub, 5237 Almar Road in Charlotte, North Carolina. They are hot fire. Everybody over 30 and everything, please dress to impress. I love it when you go out there. You don't have to worry about no drama, any of that. They have nice old school music, and people just out there living their best life, having fun, enjoying themselves. And you got your dude, G. Mitch, Ronnie, and you got your Queen City son, Ray Styles, and all the lovely staff that's out there. So please, 5237 Almar Road, Vibrations, please. You guys go out and support. And again, Propane.
Let me get a hug. I'm giving a hug. I love everybody. Hey, females, if y'all see me, man, hug me, man.
Yes,
You feel me? I'm old fashioned. Yeah, I'm old fashioned, man. I doubt the homies. I hug the ladies, man. A whole lot of flames, man. Positive vibes.
There you go. That's what's up.
All right, and that's BS Talks. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
King Propane, man. I'm here with Relaxation Grooming Bar, man. Y'all check us out, man. Uptown and University, man. It's going down, man. Get you a $20 service, more. But man, y'all shop on my people, man, over here, Relaxation, man. Y'all bring y'all receipts in of $20 or more. Come join this studio. Shout out to Relaxation Grooming Bar. Going up.
Let's expose you to diamonds and pearls, take you to places unseen, ducked off in the Caribbean. I ain't about stressing your girl, I'm about fulfilling your dreams. Welcome to Propane's world, won't you come be my girl? We can travel the world, let's expose you to diamonds and pearls, take you to places unseen, ducked off